Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, so if you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, you know that we focus on the macro trend of gun rights versus gun control nationwide. That's a big thing that we do on this channel because if we can see their why and see their movements, we can get in front of them and pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. And that's what we do. And over the last 12 to 13 months, we've had a lot of reasons to celebrate. In fact, in the face of a lot of opposition. We're going to continue celebrating those. In fact, this year, we're aiming to get 27 concealed carry states across the nation. So that would be incredible. But this one, unfortunately, we do have to talk about it because this has a negative impact for anyone who lives in New Mexico. New Mexico is trying to go the way of Colorado, and Colorado was the only bright spot for the Dems on gun control, leftist gun controllers on gun control last year. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be linked in the description box below. They've got safe storage laws with fines and penalties, and they also have magazine limits. This is something that needs some attention, and if you live in New Mexico, it's time to call that state rep or that state senator. So, like I said, linked in the description box below. I want to hear from you in the comments, not only on this content, but also I need you guys' help to set a subscriber goal for the beginning of June. So last year we did the same thing, and now, thanks to you guys, we just passed 350,000 subscribers. So thank you so much to you guys, each and every one of you. We need to set a new goal. So let me know what you guys think is a reasonable goal that you'd like to see this channel hit by June 1st. And then later in this week, we'll actually pick out what I think is reasonable and kind of a stretch goal, and we'll get there together. We're trying to earn that subscription. So with that, let's dive into this. This is really important. Let's hear what's going on in New Mexico. New Mexico. Hearings this coming week on gun owner liability bill and magazine limit legislation. Now, the gun owner liability bill is something they promised back in August. Well, they're back in session for like 30 days for a budgetary session, but that's not going to stop these guys. Listen to what they did because, like I said, this is going to happen this week. So if you're in New Mexico, state rep, state senator, it's time. Just saying. On Wednesday, February 2nd at 1:30 p.m., or 15 minutes after the House floor session concludes, the House Judiciary Committee will consider House Bill 9 by Representative Pamela Herndon, legislation that creates civil fines and misdemeanor penalties for parents or guardians whose minors gain unauthorized access to their firearms, except burglary. It also contains a provision that would allow parents to take other parents to court to impose a $1,000 fine on them if they allege that a minor gained access to their firearms. Okay, how are you going to prove that one? My Johnny was over there spending the night at your house and he had access to your firearms. How do you know that? Well, he said he did. What? That's not going to open up a can of worms. But anyway, my point is, this is something that has fines and felonies. I guess it's all linked in the description box below, and that's the first piece. Under the law, it is a felony for a responsible person to knowingly, intentionally, or negligently, and without justifiable cause or permit a child to be placed in a situation that may endanger the child's life or health. Prosecutors have the tools, in appropriate cases, to hold parents, guardians, or other custodians of children accountable when a child gains unauthorized access to a firearm and commits a crime or injures himself or someone else. So, they have access to it if they use it in a negative manner or if they harm someone. You're on the hook. This is a slippery slope and a gray area if I've ever seen one. But that's the first one. Now, this next one is a magazine limit ban. So it's kind of like, it's not really a true ban, but it's a limit. So here, let me show you. On Tuesday, February 1st at 1:30 p.m. or 15 minutes after the House floor session concludes, the House Consumer and Public Affairs Committee will hear House Bill 156 by Representative Patricia Caballero, legislation which makes it a felony, to possess, use, manufacture, import, purchase, sell, loan, borrow, or transfer a magazine or similar device capable of holding more than 15 rounds of ammunition in the state. This restrictive measure contains no grandfather clause for currently and lawfully owned magazines. It was deemed germane to the budget session because the author included a $1.5 million appropriation to the New Mexico Department of Safety to administer this ban if it becomes law. Translation: you can't have these, you can't have new ones, you can't hold them, touch them, loan them, borrow them. You basically cannot be in the vicinity of these things. There's no grandfather clause, which means confiscation or personal, getting rid of them in a personal manner. Also, the reason they were able to get this done is they slid in $1.5 million appropriation to the Department of Safety. Does it make sense why all over the entire United States, where leftists have control, They've been putting in Department of Health and Safety and gun violence prevention underneath it. Does it make sense now? Because now they've opened up the budgetary process. They have more time to do the gun control that they want because they can put money into departments that they've created. That's why we fight every single day. If you're in New Mexico, House reps, state senators, this is a big deal, guys. And it's coming to any of the blue states. This is probably the next move that they're going to do. That's what I've got for you. I know it's a little bit shorter of a content, but it's important to take action on this. Send this one out, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the bullet points. I'm Braden. See you later.